Welcome to Cooking with Andrea. I'm super excited this week because we're making gnocchi. And we're going to make some sauce for the gnocchi, and then we're going to make the gnocchi. But I'm going to do the sauce first, and then because I like when I do my gnocchi, I boil it and then I throw it right into the nice sauce. I can always heat the sauce up versus I got to wait to make it. So I'm excited. This is one of my favorite dishes. When we were in Santa Rosa a couple months ago on vacation, I had tried this version at a restaurant and I'm like, oh gosh, I love it. So I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna make this version, and so I'm excited. We're gonna get started. Okay, so first of all, what I have here is I have some pancetta, and I only have half the container because I don't want to over meat or over mushroom my wonderful sauce, because still the star of the dish is the gnocchi, and that's what I really love is the gnocchi. And I do like sauces. I could use meat, I can use mushroom. You don't have to use those things. I do it most of the time, I do it plain, to be honest, but today I'm going to do it with some pancetta and some mushroom, and I always use garlic though. So we're going to get started. I'm going to turn my oops, it would help if I plugged it in. I better get this thing plugged in. Okay, I'm gonna plug it in just a second here. Okay, it's on. I'm gonna drop my heat low though, because I want to start out at 212. Right now is like a low or a medium low heat. What I'm gonna do is I have 2 tablespoons of butter in here. I'm gonna let this start to melt, and then what I'm gonna do is I didn't want to cut all the mushrooms off camera because I wanted you to see. I'm doing nice big mushrooms so we can just saute them in the butter and the garlic and the pancetta, and it's a nice addition to the dish if you like mushrooms. If you don't like mushrooms, don't use them, and you don't have to use 8 ounces. I have just 2 large, and actually I have cut enough mushrooms for what my family likes. This was my paper towel. I cleaned my mushrooms real good. That's why I have this paper towel here. So I'm not going to do any more, but the butter is melting. So what I'm going to do is throw my pancetta in there. I don't want to use too much, just half, because I don't want it over pancetta flavored. You can use plain bacon, you can use ham. I always use pancetta. I very rarely ever use bacon. That's just kind of not me. I like my bacon kind of just, you know, in my sandwiches and on my burgers and things like that, and breakfast. This was a 4-ounce pack, so there's about 2 ounces in there. The reason I'm using this is just for a little bit more fat and a little bit more flavor. Boy, my counter is a mess. I got a whole lot going on, but I wanted to make my gnocchi from scratch, so I want to show you how I do it. Super easy. It's not hard at all. Okay, so since I have all the mushrooms I want, I'm not going to use these 2 pieces. This is plenty. I have a good 4 ounces, 5 ounces of mushroom. Okay, I'm going to drop my heat just a little bit because I do not want my pancetta to come up too fast. I don't want anything in my pan to burn. So I have 3 cloves of garlic. I started going ahead and using my garlic press here. And I just wanted to do the rest of it here so you guys see what I'm doing. I love this. Makes my garlic taste so good. It thins it out. Okay, I don't want nothing to stick, and meat will stick. So what I'm going to do is add just a teeny bit of olive oil. Not too much, about a half a tablespoon, because that will just make sure my butter does not stick, because I do not want anything sticking in my pan. Okay, and I'm down about as low as you can go. So we're good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my mushrooms in there. Get them started. And then what we'll do is we'll finish our garlic. I'm going to get this all nice and incorporated. And if I need a little bit of more olive oil, I'll add it, because like I said, I don't want nothing to burn. But really super easy sauce. Love it. It's a good sauce. And like I said, most of the time I don't even use the mushrooms or the meats. I just do it really super simple. I'm very much a very simple person. So that's what I do. And I'm just continuing to mash my garlic. And like I said, I have 3 cloves in here. I like garlic a lot. I think it gives it tremendous taste. Okay. Let me get this just stirred around. Smelling delicious already. We're just getting some brown bits there. Okay. There we go. Okay, here's my garlic. Just gonna continue to cook our mushrooms. And this is what it's looking like. It's looking fantastic. Just a little bit of topping in there. We don't want a lot. We don't want to overpower our gnocchi sauce, because it's going to be 2 cups of chicken stock and 3/4 cup of heavy cream. We'll get a teaspoon of thyme. We've got 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, which I'm going to mix with a tablespoon of water, so that ensures that my sauce will be nice and thick, but I don't want it over thick. I don't want it like a soup, but I also don't want it as a gravy. Okay, I'm just going to turn this a little bit higher, because the trick here for me is when I first put it down to kind of cook it a little lower. Then this way I have a few little bits on the bottom, but not enough to make it burn, or to have my sauce have like a burn taste. Now what I'm going to do is, I got it up just a little bit higher, and I've got everything incorporated. I'm going to drop my garlic. So what I'll do is, in a minute I'll get the water for the cornstarch, but I really want to pay attention to this. So I'm going to drop my garlic in. I may have to add just a little bit more olive oil, because I don't want anything burning. But I also want my garlic to get a little char. There's a difference between, or not a char, a brownness. If you keep it moving real fast, your garlic will get a little bit of a brownness, and it'll start to fry a little bit, and it tastes so delicious, and it gets it done just like that. You go to bite into this dish, you will have this beautiful aroma of garlic, but you will have no burnt and no raw garlic, because I'm not a big raw garlic fan. I'm just going to add just a little bit more olive oil, just a teeny bit, and this will keep your garlic from burning. Just keep going, move it, move it, move it, move it, and it only takes a minute, because we grated the garlic, so it's good. Oh, this is going to be a fantastic meal. Okay. This is looking beautiful. I'm just going to keep it going for a minute here. Okay. We'll grab some water out of the fridge. We're going to keep tossing our garlic. Oh, smells delicious. This dish does not take long to cook at all. And this will be a little bit longer video, probably, because, I'm kind of doing everything from scratch. You can buy your gnocchi, you can buy your sauce. You don't have to do it this way. It's just that one more way of doing something. I get tired of eating things the same old way. But look at this. Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue to cook this, and we'll be back. Okay, look at this. Is perfect. We are ready to add all the ingredients. Now, because the mushroom is cooked, and I always do the fingernail test, I always take my fingernail, stick it in there. Look at that. That's absolutely beautiful. I can smell the garlic. Everything's cooked. Fantastic. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to drop the chicken stock. That was 2 cups. And I'm going to turn my heat up to 300 right now, because now what I want to do is put my 1 teaspoon of thyme in, and I'm going to give it a mix. I'm going to let this come up to a good heat real fast. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take and do my, let me see here. Where's my tablespoon? Here's my tablespoon. Here, I'm going to go ahead and do my cornstarch. There we go. And then I will get this mess cleaned up for you, because this is a mess. I don't like working in messy surface or lots of objects, but you know, when you're making things, you have no choice, because there are a lot of components sometimes. I mean, that's not a lot of components. I'm over exaggerating, but you know me, I like clean, nice, organized countertops. But you can't have everything you want when you're trying to make something delicious. Okay, let's bring this up to a boil real fast. Once we get it up to a boil, we are good. I'm going to take a little kosher salt. Not much. Just going to put a little bit in. That's all I need. Don't need too much. I'm going to use my pepper here because I have my pepper grated 2 different ways. This one is fine because this is what we use at the table. But then my other container is a more coarse. And then I have a really coarse pepper. Okay, look at this, is looking fantastic. This is what you need, because once it's up to par, we're good. Okay, I just need a little bit. Okay, what I'm going to do is use these. Put my salt and pepper, shake it out. Okay, you see this is boiling here. I can see it. I know you guys can see it. This is what we want. Now we're going to incorporate our heavy cream. And this is going to be our creamy gnocchi sauce. It's got garlic, it's got pancetta. I'll name it afterwards, but this is a sauce that I go to. I love this sauce. So delicious. Oh, and the thyme in here is exquisite. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to let this cook for a minute. I'm going to add a pinch of salt. Not too much salt. I'm not really big into salt. You can add the salt. Plus, you know, my parmesan and stuff like that has a little bit of salt. You know, so I don't need too much. Smells delicious. Okay, and then I'm going to drop a half cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. I'm going to let it cook. And then what we'll do is we will just get this all incorporated. Now what I'm going to do is drop my slurry in here. Okay, so we got a boil, so I'm just going to turn him down just a minute here. And I am going to incorporate my slurry. I'm going to drop my pan just a little bit. It's hot. Okay, you know what? Our sauce is beautiful. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put our sauce to the side because it's already got the bubbles in it. I'm just going to let it cook for just a second more, and then what I'm going to do is put it to the side, and then what we'll do is we're going to come back and I'm going to show you the gnocchi part. So we'll be back. Welcome back. Okay, so I went ahead, wanted to let you know for my fresh gnocchi, I did 6 of these golden potatoes. They're not very big, but this is one of my bigger sizes, so I did 6 of them, and that's what you should do. And you can use russets. Most people use russets, but for some reason, I like the way the golden ones taste better. I don't know why. I'm kind of a weirdo like that. I have a 1.5 cups of all-purpose white flour, and then I have a 1/4 teaspoon of Parmesan cheese. I have a, let's see here, this is a 1/2 cup of ricotta, and it's a whole milk ricotta. And I have 1 egg. So what I wanted to do is I went ahead and I baked 6 of these potatoes. I didn't want to have to keep you guys on camera to bake the potato. So I went ahead and I baked the potato so it'd make it easier, because sometimes when you do things from scratch, they take longer than just, you know, not making them from scratch basically. And what I'm doing is I just peeled all the insides out. It takes about an hour to cook these. You want them to be pretty darn soft. And then what you do is just take all the goodness out. The peel is goodness too, but you don't want them in your gnocchi. It'll cause problems. So what we're going to do, scrape it out. And I did that for the other potatoes. So I just wanted you to see what I do. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mash this up just a little bit. And I just take it and put it right to the side of my measuring glass. Get it all nice and broke up. Because then what I'm going to do is I'm going to incorporate it. So this was nice and easy. That's where I could save some time, is doing it that way, so I don't keep you guys on camera for as long. So I just went ahead and just made a big giant well. I'm just going to take my potato. I'm just going to put it in, because what I'm going to do is incorporate my potato. And I can kind of tell sometimes after, I don't always put my whole potato in, because sometimes potatoes are big. This is something you get a feel for, and you'll understand when you've done it a couple times. You'll understand what it's supposed to feel like, and you'll know, because like I can use the rest of the potato, but I'd rather make one more potato and have the potato on standby, or use it for something in another dish, which is fine with me. Nothing goes to waste in our house. Somebody will eat it for breakfast or something. Okay, so I can use more, because sometimes potatoes are just a little bit bigger. On average, they say it's about a 2 pounds worth of potatoes. I always say you lose a little bit though, because you don't use the skin in this dish. Okay, so I feel this is good. It's mixed into my flour, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and put it back just like this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. And I am going to start with my ricotta. And I am going to also break my egg. And put my egg right in here. Just like that. Get my cheese. But I do not want to pick up my utensil with my dirty hands. I'll have yucky dirty all over. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start folding everything in. Get it all mixed up. And then what you'll do is just get it all incorporated. And then I'm going to go ahead and get this all incorporated, and we'll be right back, okay? Okay, welcome back. So I didn't add any other flour until just right now. Okay? I just kept making it not sticky. Kept rolling it, folding it over, just so my gnocchi wouldn't be sticky. So basically, we are ready to go with the gnocchi. Okay, so just keep rolling it and it'll come out this way for you. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. And I could cut it in smaller ones too, but I'm just going to cut it like that, because I'm not going to take a long time to show you how to roll them out, because I want to show you how to boil them too. And I'm just going to clean this off right here. Get this over here. That's why I like to do it on my counter, honestly. I always do things on my counter. I don't usually use a whole lot of boards like this. I would like to tell you, oh, I do, but I really don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll my gnocchi out. And it's really easy. It's really easy to do. It's not hard at all. I love doing it. And it tastes good. So that's a good thing. So I'm going to do like a mini gnocchi. Because I want them smaller. They're going to puff as they're going to cook more. I like the mini gnocchis, just like I like mini raviolis too. But you can do them any size you want. I'll do them to a couple different sizes. But they are going to puff. They're a dumpling, basically. Once you put them in your water. And speaking of water, I'm going to get my water on high. So we can start boiling, because I'm going to boil over there. And then what I'll do is I'll show you, because you can make them bigger or smaller. Depends. My family is one of those, they like one bite. They like to pick it up and have one bite. Sometimes when we go to a restaurant and we have gnocchi, sometimes they're 2 bites. My husband and me and my son, we like 1 bites. So you know what? I just make mine a little bit smaller. They're little tiny beautiful pillows is what I call them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll out one more just so you see it. But it's really that easy. And we are good to go. They have a couple of gnocchi rolling gadgets. They're kind of cool. They're boards, and they have the lines that gnocchi has on them when you buy them in the store. It's kind of cool. First, I was like, I wonder how they get those lines. You know me, I'm always thinking. And I never even thought, I don't make this. You know, a long time ago when it first started coming out, I was just like, oh, I just want to eat it. So I took my knife. It was so funny. I took my knife and I went like this and made cuts in my gnocchi. I thought that's how you did it, but it's actually, they have this little board that you hold. It looks like a spatula or something, and then you just push your finger on it and it makes the lines. Super duper cool. Things I come up with in my head, let me tell you. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cut. And like I said, I'm doing small pieces. Because these are going to pop up. They're going to puff up more when you boil them. And you're going to boil them for 6 to 8 minutes. Some people say 4 to 6. I like mine for 6 minutes. I like the way they taste. I still feel they taste soft. Try it. You know, every time I cook, you know, I'm always timing something. I'm one of those. I'm a timer. I'm a measurer. Because sometimes I don't understand how to do it unless somebody shows me. That's like I said. You know, like if you didn't understand, really I did nothing with the dough except roll it out and not keep you in front of the camera just watching me roll dough. Because most people who are going to make gnocchi are going to know something about something. So it's not like they know the dough is sticky. They know if you really needed it, get just a teeny bit of flour, but you do not want to overflour these because you want to keep the good taste. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let my pan get up to boil. I'm going to boil a few of these so you can see them. And then we'll put in a few to boil together. Okay, welcome back. I want to show you, we're going to add the rest of our cheese. That was our half cup. We're going to add it to my sauce. Sauce is perfect. If your sauce was too thick, use your, you can use your pasta water. Or if you want more, use your pasta water. These ones are done. 6 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to try one just like this because I like the gnocchi. I like it. It's to my flavor. Now, not everybody's going to like gnocchi either. If you like gnocchi, you're going to like this. And you made it yourself. My next step with my gnocchi is presentation. But I can make something from scratch, and I love the way it tastes because you can't always go just get this. Okay, water is boiling. I used a generous portion of salt. I'm going to drop these gnocchi because I wanted you to see me drop these. You can also save these. Once you cook them, you can put them in your vacuum seal bags or how you store your stuff in your freezer. You do not have to eat them this week. You can also use them as side dishes, where that's what I do a lot of times. I won't make these all necessarily for dinner. I'll use them as a side dish. So all I'm doing is I'm dropping them. As soon as I get them all dropped, I'm going to put the timer on for 6 minutes. But you do want to separate. And I did put mine in the refrigerator because it is hot today, so I don't want my dough out melting. So, absolutely tastes great. Okay, I'm going to try to do timer, 6 minutes. Start. And then we're going to let this cook for 6 minutes. I'm going to plate it and we'll be back. Okay, welcome back. These are coming out right now. Just got these out of the water, the boiling water. I wanted to show you, I made a bigger one and I made a smaller one. 6 minutes, both same time. All I have in here is a little bit of butter. I love the texture. I think it's great. Okay, this is the smaller one. I think it's fantastic. I like both of them. So for me, that's why I say the 6 minutes. I'm going to do the 6 minute thing. If you would like to do it longer, go ahead and do it. But let me tell you something too. You also are going to put them in your sauces too. You're going to cook them a minute more too. So what I'm going to do is we're ready to plate. I put a little bit of pecorino. I used parmesan in the beginning of the dish. Now I'm going to finish with pecorino. So I'm just going to go ahead and scoop some gnocchi. If you want your sauce thicker, that's up to you. You can have it thicker. You do not have to have it as thin as mine. Mine's not really that thin. But once you put the cheese in and you put everything else in and you start eating the gnocchi, that's when you're going to see that it is actually thicker than it looks. But if you want yours a little bit thicker, just put some more cornstarch in there or make your slurry a little bit more, and you could do it right then and there where you're making your sauce. Another thing with this dish is I maybe suggest you don't do both of them, the fresh sauce and the fresh gnocchi. Try one. That's what I used to do. I tried the sauces first, perfect my sauces, because I'm a very picky person. So I tried my sauces first, and then now I do my gnocchi. Now, I do need to work on my gnocchi, although I see other people in other restaurants, theirs is kind of plain. They don't have any special ridges or anything like that. So to each his own. But I can make this dish if I want. I'm going to try it. The garlic, the cheese, the gnocchi is a great bite. I love it. I think it's delicious. The only thing I'm going to add is I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper because I love the black pepper. Okay, so if you like the content, if you would please like, share, and subscribe, I'd be most grateful. Thanks for coming in and having my creamy gnocchi, pancetta, garlic, mushroom sauce. So thank you and have a good, blessed week.